Hey team. I know it's a little bit different. We usually do Tuesday night trainings, but since I got my new planner and team days on Monday with that planner, we're going to start doing team day on Mondays. So the trainings will start being on Mondays instead of Tuesdays. But I don't know if you guys have saw the comment where I left a link about the new planner that I was using that I downloaded off Etsy. But I left a link to it, so if you guys are interested, you can get one of your own. The best thing about this planner is you never have to purchase another planner. Once you get all the bits and pieces and all the bells and whistles, you don't have to add more. The only thing that you have to do is print off more sheets whenever you need it. Hi, Melanie. So I'm going to flip you around and show you each page of my planner. So let me find the flippy button. I think that's it. Oh, there it is. So all these parts are part of the ARC system that I got from Staples, and I ordered it all online just because I'm lazy and I didn't want to drive all the way to Fort Wayne. So this is the cover. Stop Dreaming, Start Doing. Just love it, and it's got stars, so anybody that knows me knows I love stars. And then I got 3 packs of the dividers, the little tab dividers. So the first tab is monthly. And then inside of that is a blank month calendar, which is nice because it's not set to one particular year. You can set it up however you want for that particular month or year. And then down at the bottom, it's basket, tote, and pouch parties. So you would write down your host, drop-off date, and then you've got, did you make a Facebook event for it? Is there a link to your website? A 5th day check-in, a 10th day check-in, your pickup date, the PRV, and the host base. Now there's 2 different because like your PRV may be different from the host base. Say if they order a charity item, then the PRV is going to be a little less than the host base. And then how many half price and how much host credit that your host earned. So you can keep track of all of that in this bottom sheet. And then on the next page is hustle for, and then you put the month, and then you write down your goals. So your goal, PRV, focus, there it goes, TWV, GWV, new frontline, number of parties. Why is this thing not focusing? I think it's trying to focus on my finger. And then booking conversations. The person that designed this, she doesn't count how many parties she actually does. She counts the number of booking conversations she has. So a booking conversation is kind of like a booking blitz. If you've spoken to someone about doing a party, that's considered a booking combo. So on the left is your goals, and on the right is your actual. And then new teamies at a glance. So any new team members that you have added to your team for that month, you'll write their name. Sorry, this is so shaky. I'm trying to keep my little flap out of the way. You'll write their name, their cell phone number, when their 15th day is, because that is the last day for Shooting Star. If they earned a level of Sensational Start, so level 1, 2, or 3, who their sponsor is, if a welcome was sent, so like if you send, like I send welcome postcards to team members. And then method of contact, like how did you welcome them to the team? Did you do a shout out on the group page? Did you give them a call or shoot them a text or a Facebook message? That's what you would write there. So that is the end of the monthly. So the next tab is daily. And then Orville always says you should keep track of your numbers in a daily form. So this top line up here, it's a little darker shaded. It says previous, and that is for this month last year. Like if you've been in Scentsy that long, what were your numbers last year for PRV, team wholesale, team group sale, active frontline, your group numbers, the number in your group and the number in your team, and how many new frontline did you have for that month. And then you keep track every day, and then it goes all the way down to 31 days. And then say the 1st of October, the 2nd of October, for September, you would write down the final numbers, because sometimes, you know, a team member can put in a last minute order after you've checked for the 31st, and your final numbers could be different. So that is daily numbers. And then I love, 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 love this daily checklist. Or, well, it's like the daily task sheet. So at the top up here, you would quit focusing on my finger. You would put the date and then circle what day of the week it is. And then they have a quote on here: today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. I love that quote. It's a Dr. Seuss quote, she said. And then you can write your own quote of the day. So if there's any sort of motivational quote that's speaking to you for that day, you can write it down in there. And then there's a little spot for you to keep track of your hydration, so making sure that you're drinking your 8 glasses of water a day. And then over here, you'll notice there's dots and then dash. You can, instead of it being like hourly, because I don't know anybody that like from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. they have something going on for every hour of their day. So what they did is they left that part blank so that you can put in the time and then what it's for. And then acts of kindness. So 3 random acts of kindness that you've done that day. The 3 best things of the day. So kind of gratitude and thinking positive. Love, love, love. And then I love that it's not just your personal or your business planner. It also has spots for your personal to-dos. So if you've got to do a load of towels or mop the kitchen or clean the bathroom or pick up kids from dentist appointment or whatever, you can write that in your personal to-do. And then you have your business to-do. So, you know, booking blitz, mailing out thank yous, whatever you have going on. Important team recognition. So like if a team member has a birthday or I want to remember to recognize someone for a promotion, I can write it down there. And then something that I try to do, I don't know if you guys have seen my post in the TPS group page. I'm starting to get quite a library just on direct selling, business, just things like that, so I can continue learning. So 15-minute daily reading. You write the title of the book that you're reading, and then it leaves you a spot to take notes. So I love that. And then here's a little spot for brain dump. So anything that doesn't fit in the categories above, and you just need to have a little space to write brain dump for the day, you can write it in there. And yes, Melanie, when I get done with the video, I'll be sure to add that link again. And then so I just have a bunch of those. That's pretty much what the rest of this tab is to finish out the month of October. And then next tab is recognition. So team recognition, top 10 PRV for October. So I probably do this at the end of the month. Like I usually do a shout out towards the end of the month of who's top 10 or whatever. With our team, it's top 7 because there's 7 of us. And then promotions. So anybody that promotes, like you, Melanie, my dear, have promoted to certified. So I'll write your name and your new title as certified. So any promotions that are going on that month that anybody has achieved, I'd write them down there. And then 10 random recognitions: who, what, when, where, why. So some people are not always like the top seller or the top, have the top number of team members added for that month or whatever. But it's still nice to recognize them for the little things that they do for their business. You know, they may not have top in sales, but they're trying. So like say, you know, I saw someone have a post about, you know, sharing their Scentsy or, you know, doing something for their business, and I've noticed it. You know, I can just shout them out and, you know, say great job for doing that. So that's a little spot for that. And then this section right here is for new team members in October. You just write their name and who sponsored them. Excuse me. And then we have October shooting stars. So anybody that reached shooting star in October. And then October sensational stars, you write their name and what level that they hit. So that, and then the next one is, I'm starting off with November because anybody that was going to cancel in October is pretty much, it's down to the wire for them. So I went ahead and, since I just got this started today, I went ahead and changed it to the November will cancel. So what'll happen is anybody that's going to possibly fall off, like this is their 3rd month and it's their make or break month, I'd write their name down and then work with them throughout the month to help them stay active and stay a Scentsy consultant. So the next two check boxes are if I saved them or if they canceled and fell off. And then there's one more. So this is for birthdays and Scentiversaries. So anybody that has a birthday in November, I'm going to write their name and when their birthday is. And then anybody that has a Scentsy anniversary, like the date of when they joined Scentsy, I will write their name and the date for that as well. So that is the end of team recognition. The next tab is next order. I love, 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 love this because I am starting to get where I have customers contacting me. Like they ordered previously from a party and they're saying, hey, can I just order from you or do I have to wait for a party? It's like, yeah, of course you can order from me. So just those random orders that I get throughout the week or the month or whatever, I'll just write down what they want and who it's for. And then usually I've been putting my orders in on Friday recently because most people get paid on Friday. So it just makes it easier. So that is what that page is used for. It's really nice to keep track of those kind of things. And I did get a little extra add-on, but I got the wrong size. So this is the large, like letter size arc, and I got like clear zip pouches that were for like the smaller arc size. So I got to return those and get the larger size. So, but once I get that, behind here, I'll have one of those zipper pouches back here, like attached to my little rings here. And I'll put order forms back there, so I always have order forms in my planner. The next tab is party planner. And this is nice, especially for those that do home parties, because it breaks down not just your host information, but also like following up with them and your hostess coaching. So you have your host and their information, address, email, phone, party date, and then 30 days out, 25 days out, 5 days out, and then you have their party totals. Any bookings that you get from that party, you'd write their name, what type of booking it was, whether it was a basket party, Facebook party, home party, such, and then the date of their party, and then like your post-party to-dos. So like 1 day out, 2 day out, 3 to 5 days after the party. So yeah, I really like this because not only does it keep you on task as far as your hostess coaching and making sure that your hostess like knows everything they're supposed to be doing and you can help them have the best party, but also it helps you to keep track of your hostesses. So like say I fill this out for a party that I'm doing in October, and then come 3 months from now or 6 months from now, I'm looking for hostesses. I can go back and look and say, hey, so-and-so hasn't hosted a party excuse me, in about 6 months, so I can contact them again. It's time for a new catalog and they probably want to host another party. Excuse me for a moment, I gotta get a drink. Okay, so our next tab is potentials. So potential teamies, anybody that I talk to or have been interested in joining our team, I write down their name, and then I have like a little journal style book that I use where I put their name, why they want to join, any sort of conversations that we had, what we talked about last, things like that. So if I've logged them, then I'll just put a check mark there, and then their join date when they join. So there's lots of entries for that. And then booking conversations and follow-ups. So sometimes, for example, I had a booking blitz about 3 months ago. And I asked my sister-in-law if she wanted to do a party. And she said, I just started this new job, not right now, but get back with me in a couple of months. Excuse me. So her name would go. And then I know that she likes to do a basket party, so I'd put that down. And then it helps me to keep track of when I followed up with them or when I spoke to them last. So I know, hey, she said about 3 months, contact her again. So it has like different spots for different dates. So I can, put when I've talked to her last, so I can keep that in my back of my head, like remember, oh yeah, I got to talk to her. So that's what that's for. And then our next tab is award tracker. And I really love this because it takes it off my computer and puts it on paper. There are 2 awards that Scentsy offers. Excuse me, my throat is really tickly. But annual sales and annual mentor. So annual sales, I believe, is $30,000 between May 1st and April 30th. So for every $5,000 that you do, you can like color in, check off, put a star on these $5,000 marks. And then there's a spot below that to keep track of your PRV for each month from May to April. And then annual mentor is if you have 14 consultants that have joined under you personally, like they're not your downlines consultants that have joined under them, they're your personal frontline. So if you have 14 of them and they reach certified or lead, because you get a bonus at certified, then you get a bonus if they reach lead. Their name would go here and everything, and then you can keep track of how many you have. And if you reach 14, then you've earned annual mentor. And if you reach 30,000 in sales in a year, you earn annual sales. And it's a big deal. You get to walk across stage at reunion, and yeah, they go all out for you. So that's a great place to keep track of that. Expenses and inventory. This planner is pretty much taking over all my binders and putting them all in one spot. I love it, love it, love it. So month, year, item or merchant, amount, and then I can just keep track of all my expenses, any subscriptions. So like, I do stamps.com, so that's a monthly subscription, and then the cost of stamps, my website cost, scent and warmer of the month. When I do that, that's a expense. And then even just getting this planner and all its bits and pieces, that was an expense. So guess what got put in here? My receipt from when I got all my bits and pieces for my planner. And then biz supply and inventory checklist. So anytime that you buy anything for your business, whether it's printer paper or like I buy team postcards, and I buy a lot of stuff off Vistaprint, like magnets and birthday postcards for customers and things like that. I can keep track of what I bought, who it was from, the amount, and did I print the receipt. So that is a great way to make sure that I am keeping track of all that stuff for tax time. And then, you guys know me, I like to do incentives every now and then. So this is my incentives tab. And then it has a spot for the month and the year. The participation percentage, so how many team members out of the whole team participated, a description of what the incentive is, the prize that is offered, and then who earned it. And then it's got a little checkbox up here. I can check when I've sent the prize. So there is that. And then I'm horrible at remembering my passwords, but I don't know if I'm going to use this tab, but we will see. It is a password tracker, so you can write the website, username, what the password is, kind of help you keep track of all those. And then, like I said before, as far as like books and things like that, top earners are constantly always reading. If you go into a millionaire's house, what's the first room that you see? It's usually their library. So always, always continue to learn, always continue to read. Want to earn more? Learn more. Suggested books to purchase. So if someone suggests a book that I don't already have, then I'll write the title and the author, and then I'll put a little check here once I've got it, because I prefer the paper version of the book. I want to be able to put notes in it, and I want to be able to highlight it or dog ear it or whatever. I want to be able to do what I want to it. I can't do that with like a digital book. So that is that, which I love. Maybe I should do a video on my library that I have so far. And then there's brain dump. So if you're like a notes taker or a list writer, this is an awesome little page because you can print off as many of these as you want. Like this whole thing, all the paper pages that have the blue tops, you can print off as many of those as you want. Like once you purchase it from Etsy, you get to download the actual file of all these pages. So if you're one that likes to take a lot of notes, that is a great thing. And then the final tabs are how my scalable systems fit into my planner, and that's the reason why some of the days change. So Monday is team day, Tuesday is customer day, Wednesday is host recruit day, and then Friday didn't change, it's still business day. But I just love how it's set up, and this part right here is actually editable. So when you get it, if you have Adobe, you can change this up to make it fit you. Remember how I said like I crossed out things because they didn't pertain to me and I was too lazy to change it? Well, this comes to where you can just open it in Adobe and change it right then and there. It's super easy. So it's more pertained to me and how I work my business. So that is a lot nicer. But Monday is team day. And then breaks down into like, this is what happens every single week. And then this down here is like each week is a little bit different depending on what time of month it is. So Monday is team day. Tuesday is customer day. So those two kind of flip-flopped. So I have my every week and then my 4 weeks that are a little bit different each one. And then, whoop, don't want to rip my page. And then Wednesday is host and recruit day. So the nice thing is this is like my scalable systems that I had before. It's pretty much identical to the way Christina Steinbrook does it. But the only difference is like the days changed a little bit. But all those trackers that I was talking about that I really loved that she had like in the back of different days of the week, those trackers are back in the other parts of the planner. So like my tracker as far as hostesses and things like that, or potential team members, those kind of trackers are in the front of the planner. So I still have those pieces. They're just in a different spot and everything's all in one spot. Okay, so, and the final one is Friday for business. So everything that I do for my business. But yes, the best thing I love about this planner is once you buy, like you can get ARC or Happy Planner. They both work about the same. I just preferred ARC had more to offer. So, and the beautiful part about it is these little discs. I got the biggest one I can get because I am a paper person. I love to visually see things. So you can see that I have some room to grow, which I love. So pretty much all that you need once you purchase the rights to print off and do everything with the actual pages with the blue tops. So like these, pretty much all you need after that is the little discs, any sort of disc bound system. So like ARC, Happy Planner, some sort of cover. And it'll come with a front and a back cover. And then like I said, I've got 15 tab pages, and then I need to, I can show you real quick. I just got the wrong size. When they came in, I was like, oh, that won't work. Our order forms aren't going to fit in that. So I just need to get the 8x11, I believe it is, size. And these are, I believe, 4x6. But yeah, so in the front we'll get one. And then there was a couple other spots. Behind the next order we'll get one. But yeah, so that's the only thing I need to replace that's not in here right now. So, I mean, it's up to you, like the little bits and pieces and how you divide it up. Do whatever works best for you. That's the beauty of these planners. Oh, and one thing that I forgot to show you. Oh yeah, and you'll need an ARC punch or a Happy Planner punch. Because the beauty of these, they come right out. Now you actually do have to remove them. They don't just fall out. But see, it's a different style punch than your regular circle hole punch for like a binder. Which, I mean, if you want to, you can totally do binder style too and just get yourself a 3-hole punch and a binder and do that style too. It's all up to you and your preference. I just like that I didn't have to open up the rings and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is my new planner. If you guys have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments below, and I will be sure to share that link again. So you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoyed.